of all, Mr. Murphy, I feel like I should call you that.
Mr. Murphy.
Mr. Murphy. Mr. Wil Murphy. I mean, my God, I've known you forever.
We have known each other for a while.
And I just want to say that I'm really, really proud of you. You stepped out on faith. You did something so many people are afraid to do. You left corporate America, and you saw your dream and your passion, and you went after it. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you for that, because you and I both, we've known each other so long, too.
Right.
We're on a second chapter of life and a second journey.
Well, coming from you, that's, first of all, it just blows my mind to have one of my friends say I'm proud of you.
Yes.
Because this is so natural for me. This is part of my day-to-day. And so for you to feel proud also gives me great pride that I'm reaching you.
And you know that's a good point, because when you say this is my day-to-day, that means you're doing this without an effort. And you know what that means?
Yeah.
This is your purpose. This is what you're supposed to do. So when I get up and do what I do, I go on stage and do stand-up, and people go, oh, it looks so hard. But it's not hard if it's your purpose and
it's
you
part
recognize
of what you do.
it.
Yeah.
And that's the proud of, when I say I'm proud of you, I'm proud of the fact that you recognize. Because sometimes we take things that's so easy for granted,
Yes.
and we do nothing with it.
There are a lot of people out there who have the opportunity to do something amazing, but they don't ever take a chance.
Somebody asked me once if there was something that I could do in life that I knew I wouldn't fail at it, would I do it? And I simply said, I've done everything I ever aspired to do, even knowing that I might fail at it.
Right.
But to me, not doing it is failing.
Yeah.
And so that's what you did.
Well, but also, too, I had to jump into that zone of courage, right? Because there's people right now, they go to work 9 to 5. They get to work at 9, they know exactly what they're supposed to do. They know exactly when they're going to get off. They drive home, see the same roads every day. Almost know the traffic, exactly when it's going to hit. Get home, see what their life is like, and they're not happy. With this, you don't know what's going to happen next.
You never know.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Yeah.
What made you come up with that, the name, the title? I think it's very interesting, because there's so many people. If you think about this, if everybody say,
Get out of my way.
Get out of my way,
Yeah.
like they do when they're driving.
Right.
Do you know how many people? I mean, because I believe just this title alone have inspired people.
Yes.
And
Well, there's power in words. And the words that say, get out of my way, it says, I'm not going to stand here and I'm not going to just let things pass me by. I want you to get out of my way because I'm moving forward.
Right.
And not just moving forward in my life, but also moving the things out of my life that keep me from reaching my full potential. And that's what I believe is the core of why that title came up, because I was at a point where I was looking at young professionals and students, and they weren't maximizing the opportunity to get things out of their way and live to their full potential. And I could not sit back and just watch that. I had to leave a documented history that says, you're better than this, you're more than this. Now how do we make you believe it and go achieve it?
So when you did that, when you realized that you were better, you were more, and you set off to achieve it, how has that changed your life from where you came from, corporate America, to where you are today? Like when you wake up in the morning, what's the feeling you have when you wake up, opposed to the way you used to wake up?
Yeah.
Tell me that.
It's funny.
That's getting me chills.
This is what's really hilarious.
That's what's your
Well, people, first of all, people are scared of change.
Right.
So I'll tell you one of the first things that I noticed is the routine is completely different. I live like an artist, right? So most people, they get up, like I said, in a 9 to 5 routine, and they're just kind of set in that way. But when you live from the gift, you live from creativity. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm aligning myself mentally and physically to my gift and my creativity every single day. Now, here's the part that's crazy about that. When most people make that statement, people say, oh, well, you're going to be broke.
Right.
But your gift, anyone who's successful has had to some point align with their gift so that the power and the resources inside of them start to create a motion that propels them toward what they are supposed to be doing. So somebody's not telling me what to do. I am telling myself, this is my course.
This is my course. Don't you think and feel that people are victims of circumstances, victim of their environments? What kind of advice would you give the young guy who grew up in Third Ward, the young guy who's struggling with good and bad?
Yeah.
Because truly we have the good and bad. And What would you say to just break away from that?
Wow, there's so many elements to that, what you just asked me, and I want to break them down for you. The first thing is, everyone is a victim. But you have to choose whether you want to remain a victim. Mm-hmm. There are different things that are going to happen to you in your life, and how you receive them is most important. If you receive something in a way that says, I'm going to always be affected by this, then guess what? You're going to always be affected by this.
Of course.
But if you make a decision, a conscious decision that when this happens, that's not going to affect me. And here's why. Because when that happens, I'm going to offset the bad with something good. Mm-hmm. What that does is propel you into a position to start thinking about what's positive. See, every neighborhood that we consider to be bad or have a problem always has a positive side to it. Mm-hmm. And you have to align yourself with the positive things.
And of course, we know it's not the neighborhood.
Right.
It's the people in the neighborhood.
It's the people
in the neighborhood.
So if you're aligning yourself with the wrong people, guess where you're going to be? That's why I can tell you, 40 years later, there's homeboys that I had when I was 17 years old. When I go back home, they're still there. They're still on the same block. They're still hustling the same way.
It's kind of like chasing your own tail.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. You're just chasing your own tail.
It is, yeah.
Because these guys are not going anywhere. They're all going in circles together. They're chasing each other. Until that one person break out of that circle, then you have somewhere to follow. What I love about you said a while back that this is what you wanted to do. Did you just wake up one morning and say, you know what, I think I want to speak, I want to write a book? Or did you know all along that, I got this in me, and I need to go ahead and get it out of me?
It was a process. I mean, one of the things that I think people forget is that life only has a certain amount of days. Mm-hmm. You have 27 to 28,000 days if you live to be 75. Most people don't live to be 75. I've had 4 good friends die in the last year under the age of 50. They never reached their full potential.
They never probably even knew it.
They never reached it. So these guys never reached their full potential. Men, women, they never reach their full potential. And they just start to compensate with what life delivers them. Mm-hmm. Never looking at the fact that they could have more. They look at their bills and they say, oh, I have so many bills that I have to just work to pay bills. And they begin unintentionally living somebody else's goal, somebody else's dream. See, if you don't have a goal in place, you're going to start living my goal. You're going to start living your boss's goal. And so suddenly you have lost control of what you need to do. Now, how do you offset that? You first have to decide that you want to do something. You have to make a commitment. I'm committed to something. Most people don't want to commit to anything.
Right.
And so you have to make that commitment that says, you know what, at the end of the day, I want my life to look like something. And define what that is. What your definition of life and success is yours.